game. So what's going on with your short game?
I found, in this off season, if I'm at Topgolf, which I go to a lot, I get a membership over the winter, especially after an hour plus of being there, like anything where I need to have like a finesse shot where I'm hitting, 50 yards, 25, whatever, like anything that's not a full club, it's just shank. Shank City, like 75% of the time. And then it's so in my head that like, even if I do hit one square on the face,
it's just a mental thing.
It's either like way too far or way too short because I'm trying to mess with.
And then you get like flinchy because you're like, oh God, I might shank again or something. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Like the S word is not.
Yeah, right.
It's a bad one to be thrown.
It's okay. It's a realistic thing. So let's watch you hit a couple.
Okay. 40 yards.
This is 40 yards. Not bad.
So like it's in my head though.
Yeah, exactly, which is not fun. Yeah.
Yikes. That wasn't a shank, but that was
pretty close. One sec, couple more.
That's
just a little push though. Okay.
So there wasn't a shank.
That's good. Yeah.
But it's still pushing.
I can see how it's pushing a little bit. Do one more.
Okay.
Yeah, just straight push. Okay, so looking at the setup here, everything looks really solid with the setup. I'm just trying to kind of see why you're having some of these heel shots and sometimes the S word. And the first thing I'm seeing is that when we're going back, it is a little hingy where the club is getting just a little bit vertical in the backswing to where you're maybe letting this arm bend a little bit more than we typically like to see for a 40-yard shot. Okay. Typically for a 40-yard shot, we'd like to see the arm staying pretty, we'll say straight. Trying to feel like you're keeping that triangle together. Yeah, so when you get a little bit too bendy, I think that can cause some problems. Also too, if I draw like a line right here and right here, actually let's do this. Let's draw right there and right there. So as you're going back, your first move, see how your hands are kind of pushing out away a little bit? Okay. So what's happening when you do that is you're actually taking the sweet spot of the club and kind of going out this way with it. So then now coming through, if you stay out here and you even try to push out further, it's just going to be off the heel all day. Yeah. So I'd like to see those hands kind of tracking just a little bit more inward.
Okay.
So they don't hit. I sometimes use the visual of like imagining there's like razor blades right here and then just trying to go like inside those. You don't want to hit your hands on them, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's a good visual.
Yeah, for sure.
But then right here.
Sliced.
Yeah, exactly, right. And then watch coming through, see?
Oh, yeah.
So now look, now your hands are even closer to the ball.
Yeah.
So they've got closer in the backswing, got closer coming in, and then if you try to even push out at this point, which you never really want to do with chipping, the club should always be, see, like with a full shot, the club is going more, we'll say, like to right field, but with chipping, it goes basically right down the line. Okay. So there's no point where you want to feel like you're pushing out away. Okay. So if you do what you're doing here with the takeaway, where the hands go out and the club goes out, and then you continue to push even further out, you can see like right here, this wasn't a shank, but if you look, see how close it was to being one, right? And I feel like that's all just relative to this kind of takeaway. So if we can focus on the hands, just going a little bit less out to start.
Okay.
And then from there, I think you'll be able to go more right down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again,
definitely
when you're
playing with fire there.
Yeah, it's really you're dancing on the edge of a blade at this point. Yeah. So I would say just try to focus on hand staying just a little more in and trying to feel like that right arm just staying a little bit more on top, not trying to let it fold so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right on.
So now I just put that in your spaces.
Okay.
On Coach Now.
Okay.
So now you can watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so getting your setup. And what I want you to really kind of envision, so set up your in-hill ball. Yeah, So first thing I'd like to see, maybe just back up like an inch from the ball and try to feel like you're maybe just pushing down just a little bit more.
Okay.
Remember, you still want to feel like the toe is off the ground slightly.
Okay.
Okay. And then if I put a club right here, you're just trying to feel like you go in.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so you should feel like the grip is actually like kind of that sensation a little bit more, less of like.
It was like dragging my right thigh.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it should feel like for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Much better. See how much more right down the line that goes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was way better.
That's like the best contact
Yeah.
I made, I think.
Yeah.
That felt more like on the sweet spot.
Yep, that's much better. Now, I think this should be your sensation for all clubs too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that you should ever really feel like the hands go out and the club goes in. That's never really a good sensation to have. Like, you always want to imagine those razor blades and then just go back slow. Yeah. So you're feeling the downward pressure, but you're also just feeling like where the butt end of the golf club is going, right? Like, this would be bad.
Yeah.
This would be good, right? And by pushing down more too, is it's allowing your arms to stay a little more extended, right? When you kind of get like, woo, with your hands, then the arms kind of start folding. But if you push down, keep the handle in, then that'll be more of what we're looking for. I feel like you're up like this a little bit, where you're pretty upright,
Yeah.
where it's kind of hard to push down and feel like your chest is on top of the ball enough.
Okay.
I'd like to see you more like this a little bit more, like you're down here, like you're bending from your waist, you're bending your knees more, like really, bend more, and then just try to feel like you're, that looks a lot better there. One second, let me take a video of that. That looks 20 times better. Do a practice swing with that feeling. There you go. Yep, right down the line. Yep. And then when you're coming through, just try to feel like you're keeping that cup in that wrist and just pushing right through with it. One sec, let's get a video of that. Yep, so just feel like you're bent forward more, backed up an inch from the ball. Good to go. Much straighter.
Yeah. For sure.
Little thin still,
Yeah.
which means that you could push the you could keep the cup in the wrist and push more. Good to go. Much better. Good shot. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Again. Yeah, and I like how too the club head is going just a little bit more, just slightly inside, which is okay. I like that, because I think sometimes if you get here and the hands get out and the club gets kind of out and up vertical, it's easy to kind of get a little bit this way. But if you feel that handle in, club head goes a little inside the hands, and then now it's easier to attack. You still want to feel like you're hitting the inside part of the ball.
Yeah.
It's just you're not going inside into right field. You're going more inside down the line, because it's like a shorter arc.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, much better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Okay. Nice, man.
So take a look. Okay, so a couple of noticeable differences. Number one, definitely more bent forward. This one you're more vertical. Now if I basically was to draw a line just outside your hands, just on the target line, same thing here, just outside the hands on the target line as you're going back before. See the toe of the club outside the target line still, and then look at the hands kind of pushing out away.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna see on this one, club head goes inside, see? And then the hands aren't so kind of towards the golf ball, right?
Yeah.
You don't really want the toe of the golf club to stay on the target line. You want the toe to feel like it's pivoting like inside the heel and like inside the target line, because that's going to give you the best chance now as you're coming through to feel like you're going more inside part of the ball and then down the line.
And again, it's the whole plane.
Yeah, the arc.
Yeah, the arc.
Yeah.
Because like even chipping, even though it's not a full swing, it's still not. I'm not I'm not
Correct.
like this.
Yeah, a lot of people think that it's
like I
more
still
like
gotta-
straight back, straight through, but
Right.
there's always a sensation of the club head like pivoting like inside the handle, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, golf's a sideways sport. So watch here. See, so this is where we get a little vertical and up. And now watch here. See how it's just a little more inside? And then now watch coming through. See how right here, more inside the hands?
Yeah.
This one you're in a pretty similar spot, but because of everything you did in the backswing and how vertical you are, look at the heel.
Oh
then
my
that's where
God,
it just-
yeah, it's highway to the danger.
Yeah, it's a little scary. Opposed to here, this is more, look at that, right on the middle.
Yeah.
And then
for
right,
sure.
and look
I
at
mean,
the,
that's,
look at it track right down the line too, see?
Yeah.
So look at the club right
Yeah.
in line with your hands there.
Yeah.
This one, it's almost like it's kind of pushing out away a little
Yeah.
bit too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
catching a little hazel then.
Whew, yeah, it was a little scary. Yeah. Does that make sense though?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so you always want to feel, so if I was going to go here at the setup position with my compact club, you want to feel, for one, that you're kind of more bent forward, chest is over the toes, so you can kind of push down and support the club a little bit better. If you get up here, it's really easy to just kind of like get the hands out away from you because you're not actually pushing down on the handle. See, when I'm pushed down, it's easy to just kind of keep it like this, right? And feel the club head going just a little bit inside the target line, okay? But if you get up here, it's just kind of easy to like go this way. So always want to make sure you got that right. And then always want to feel I always talk about, you want to feel like the toe of the club is going before the heel. So if you're here, you just feel like you go push down, little bit of kind of clockwise rotation to where you feel like you can see the grooves of the club face. And then now coming through, that's going to get the club in a position where now you can just push back down. Club will be coming from the inside part of the golf ball, and then right down the line. Still feeling like the grooves are towards the sky. Yeah, so here, let me see your club. So we're here. Got the weight on the lead foot. I think you're doing everything good with that. But now it's just going here. See, so watch my first move when I go back, I'm going. See, so the club head goes just slightly inside, and then it's just right down the line coming through. So it's just. I could have hit down a little bit harder on that and it would have been good. But I always feel like I'm hitting the inside quadrant. Always.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay, cool. Let's do a little bit of a bigger club now. Go ahead and grab. Much better. Yeah.
Feels better. Yeah.
Good stuff. Good work. Yeah.